Okay, so the next concept we will discuss the radicals. So radical could be represented by this symbol right here. So basically, if we want to see this symbol, it actually means the second radical, the second root of radical. So usually we have a little 2 right here. So usually we write the 2 in the square root, but often we don't write the 2 because we don't normally write the 2 if appears 3, 4, 5 root actually right outside this radical. But sometimes when we don't write any numbers, it means it's a second root radical, right? So how could we apply second root radical? So for example, if I want to evaluate this number, so I need to know which two numbers multiply together equals to 9, right? So given that these two numbers are the same, so which two same number multiplied together give us the 9? So we know that 3, right? 3 times 3 equals to 9. So actually, square root of 9 equals to 3 because 3 times 3 equals to 9. So this is how you manipulate the square root. Okay, so next, introduce you the nth root of square root. So basically, in the previous example, I show you this one. So this one without a number means that it's a second root example. So if we sometimes see third root, we usually write a number right here. So if this one appears to be different than 2, we expect to write a number right here. So for example, if I want to determine what is the third root of 27, so what does that mean? So it means that I need to have 3 numbers at this time because we have 3. So I need to see a 3 number. So which 3 of these number, and given that they are the same, multiply together, give you 27. So we know that 3 times 3 times 3 equals to 27, right? So I know that because 3 times 3 times 3 equals 27, this one equals to 3. Okay, so sometimes we expect to see a negative number, like third to the -8, something like that. So what does this equals to? So I need to have 3 numbers multiplied together equals to -8. So which are these numbers? So what about -2? So let's try the -2. -2 times -2 times -2, right? Which give you the -8. So what about square root of -25? So is it possible to have a second square root of 25? So is it possible to have two numbers multiplied together give you the negative number? Is it possible? No, it doesn't possible. If two negative numbers multiply together, always positive. So this is not possible. So we don't expect to see negative number inside the radical. So given that the number, the n here is an even number. So if the n is an odd number right here, this is possible, right? But if n is an even number, so if n is an even number, it's not possible to see a negative number inside the radical. So this is you need to keep in mind, and it's a really good for you to review about this concept. Okay, so next we learn about the radicals, and next we want to actually relate this to the rational exponent. So rational exponent means a fractional exponent in which exponent appears in a fraction form, like a raised to the 1/3, right? So the 1/3 is the fraction and is the exponent. So basically what you need to know about this, you need to know about a raised to the 1/2. So this one equals to square root of a. This is you need to know. So this 2 here is actually outside the bracket, but we don't write the 2 because 2 is not necessary to write it. So if I have a raised to the 1/3, so what does that equals to? So it equals to, right, a, and where does the 3 goes? Do we need to write the 3 here? Yeah, it's required to write the 3 because it's other than 2, right? So a raised to the 1/3 equals to a to the nth root 3, to the third root. Okay, so next I want to prove you this formula. So how I can do the square root by using the fractional exponent. So for example, if I have 81, so what is the square root of 81? So we know it's 9, right? But I can write it as a fraction, fractional exponent. I can turn this as 81, right? Raised to what power? Raised to 1/2 power. So 81 raised to 1/2 power, how can you manipulate this one? It's really tricky, but I will show you. So 81, we know that is 9 to the second power, right? So 9 to the second power, but we also have 1/2, right? We also have 1/2 for the exponent. You need to keep in mind to write the 1/2 here. So we have a power raised to the exponent. So we need to cancel out the 2 and 2. So this is the law number 3. You need to remember exponent law number 3. And this gives us the 9, right? The exponent cancel out, give us the 9. So 1/2 means that I need to cancel out the exponent 2 to get the square root. So this is the reason why square root can be expressed as a fraction a to the 1/2. And this also equals to 9. So similar to a to the 1/3, and you can do the proof by yourself. Yeah, so you can try to do it by yourself. Okay. Okay, so the last concept you need to know is a raised to the m divided by n. So what does that mean? So because we involve a fractional exponent, so which means that I can turn this into a radical form, right? So where do a, m, and n goes for this radical? So because a is the base, I can turn this right inside the radical, right? So where do m and n goes? So m, it appears in the numerator. So that's why it always top of the radical, right? Because n, the n here belongs to the denominator. It means that it's the nth root. So I can rewrite a m to the n in this format. So for example, I can rewrite this as number, right? So maybe you guys interested what a to the 2/3 means. So 2 and 3. So where do these numbers go? So which one is in the numerator? Which one is in the denominator? So I know that 2 is in the numerator, right? So 2 is here. And 3 is the denominator, means that it's the third root. So just write it like this, right? Something like that. Okay, so hopefully this video helps you learn about the concept.